Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some more updates involving our good friends down in Venezuela and just how close this situation is to popping off in a big way. And dictator Nicolas Maduro might be running out of cards to play, and that includes offering potentially to bend the knee, begging for mercy, if you will, in a desperate final attempt to remain in power in Venezuela, as well as we have some significant updates with the rival faction in Venezuela and moves they are taking and what it kind of forecasts could be coming next in this conflict. Are we calling it a conflict yet? I mean, I know we're blowing up their boats, but we haven't bombed Venezuela directly, although we might very soon, and hopefully we do. So we're going to get into all of that, break it all down. Before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, 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 huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. How do you want to see Venezuela handled? What do you want to see happen? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. You'll have the best information on YouTube. And then right here on the bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead. So you can find me on social media. DMs are wide open. Send me any tips or anything you might have. I'll look into it. And I love just hearing from you all. Now let's get into it. The United States, a few days ago, let me start here. A few days ago, a video or a report both came out that the United States is seriously considering and plans have been created to bomb inside Venezuela, to target inside Venezuela cartel assets. Now, as I've spoken about before, that wording is critically important. Why is that wording critically important? Saying you're going after the cartels in Venezuela matters because in the eyes of the U.S. government and in the eyes of the Trump administration and the Department of Justice, Nicolas Maduro, the piece of garbage dictator of Venezuela, is believed to be the leader of Cartel de los Sols or Cartel Sols, which is Cartel of the Suns, depending on if you're speaking in English or Spanish. Full disclosure, I don't speak Spanish, took it in high school, was terrible at it. So by saying they're going after the cartels, what they're really doing is giving themselves the authorization to hit Maduro and any of his assets wherever they want. That could be military installations. It could be the bunker he's hiding in, as we saw with the beautiful GBU-57 that they dropped on Iran. Those things will take out any bunker that they want to hit. So Maduro understands the stakes that he is up against with the idea that the U.S. is going to start attacking directly, which would be a major step up the chain. What most people missed when this report, which came first from NBC News, came out, was that there was actually information in there about ongoing discussions of what Maduro would be willing to do in order to stay in power, and these discussions going on through a third party. What does that mean? It's essentially saying he's begging for mercy. He wants to stay to power. He knows he has to bend the knee. Let me throw this up on the screen. So I'm going to highlight this here. Can you see that highlighted on your screen? It says some Trump administration officials are disappointed that the United States military escalation does not appear to have weakened Maduro's grip on power or prompted any significant response. The official familiar with the discussion said the White House has faced more pushback on the strikes against drug boats than it anticipated, prompting the administration to think carefully about next steps. The official familiar with the discussion said, well, number one, the strikes on the drug boats are awesome and epic. So I don't know who's complaining about them, but this is the part right here that everyone seemed to have glossed over. I'm going to read this and translate what it actually means. It says that includes discussion between the U.S. and Venezuela through Middle Eastern leaders serving as intermediaries. NBC News has learned, according to a senior administration official, Maduro has spoken to those intermediaries about concessions he would be willing to make to remain in power. The senior administration official would not specify which countries are acting as intermediaries, but beyond saying they are allies. It's probably Oman. It's probably Qatar. If I had to guess, it would probably be those two. For those of you who don't know, Qatar acts as the Switzerland of the Middle East. It is supposed to be a country where all sides can go to and have discussions, act as a third party. So if it's not Qatar, Qatar could be easily who it is. Oman would be another one that would be high up on that list of a country that could lead those discussions. I doubt it's Saudi Arabia. It's absolutely not Jordan or Israel. So I don't really, absolutely, I can't imagine would be Egypt. It's got to be Qatar or Oman. What this is saying, the very next sentence is Trump is prepared to use every element of American power to stop drugs from flooding into our country and to bring those responsible to justice, the senior administration official said. But what this is saying here is that Maduro knows his life is on the line. He knows his neck is on the line. He knows that if the United States military wants to come in, they will be able to knock him out with limited resources. We might not even need to put boots on the ground. We could just drop a bomb on his head. We could just drop a bomb on whatever bunker he's hiding. We have stealth technology. They don't even have sophisticated air defense. They've got 2 functional F-16s and a couple dozen old garbage Soviet MiGs. What are they going to do in a air war against the United States? They're going to do nothing. You're going to take what limited air defenses they have out with cruise missiles in an opening strike. That's going to clear the skies for the actual strike package to then roll in, which is exactly what we saw in Iran, although we didn't need to drop cruise missiles first. You can fly B-2s, F-22s, F-35s. You're going to, the Venezuelans won't get a plane off the ground. It's just that simple. Let me pull this off the screen real quick, get the next one teed up for you. So what Maduro is attempting to do here is reach out and say, whoa, I don't want to be overthrown. I'm willing to make a deal, show mercy. I will bend the knee, and I will do what you want as long as you don't come in here and overthrow me or kill me. Is that going to work? I highly doubt it, because they've wanted to get rid of Maduro since the first Trump administration. And I will tell you, I had a private conversation, and I can't tell you who it's with, but let's just say a senior level official who told me point blank they had plans to assassinate Maduro already finalized and ready to go. And that was more than 6 years ago. So in the Trump first administration, that was actually a wild night. I want to be very careful about that night. It was a crazy time in my life, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Maybe we'll talk about it on a live stream. So a senior U.S. official told me, hey, listen, the plans to kill this guy already exist. We are ready to roll them out whenever we want. Maduro is begging for mercy. He's not outright saying it. He's not projecting it publicly. That's what he's doing. You're not going to see the Trump administration show mercy. Why would they? You've been allowed to push drugs into our country. You're horrific criminals into our country. You need to be removed. End of story. I don't care how he's removed. He can flee for his life, or we can come in and do it for him. Who would replace him? Well, let me put this up on the stage. This is an interesting development. This right here from the Financial Times, U.S. naval buildup bolsters Venezuelan opposition leader in hiding, says. So the opposition leader in Venezuela has gone into hiding. They are going to need to keep her safe. I would be shocked if she's even in the country right now, because Maduro has every incentive in the world to kill her, to remove the opposition leader, fraction the opposition. It says tens of thousands are working underground against Nicolas Maduro's regime. Maria Corina Machado, I assume that's pronounced Machado. It says the deployment of U.S. warships to the Southern Caribbean has encouraged thousands of Venezuelans to join an underground movement preparing to bring down President Nicolas Maduro's authoritarian regime, the country's main opposition leader said. The U.S. has deployed its biggest military force to the Caribbean since the 1994 operation to oust a military regime in Haiti, sending 8 warships and thousands of troops. Washington has also sent 10 F-35 jets, the world's most advanced, to nearby Puerto Rico. Despite the terror the Maduro government is spreading, the number of people who've approached us to join our organization in the last 3 weeks is much more than we had in the previous 6 months. Maria Corina Machado told the Financial Times in an interview from a hiding place inside Venezuela. Oh, well, she isn't. That's crazy that she's still inside Venezuela. You would think, given the threats against her life, because you know Maduro wants this woman dead, that she would leave. She says there are tens of thousands of citizens who are organized underground. The U.S. flotilla has blown up 3 Venezuelan boats it says were transporting drugs. As the Trump administration vows to hunt down and kill traffickers, it claims threaten U.S. national security, as we should. However, there's intense speculation about the ultimate aim of the military mission, which far exceeds the force necessary to pursue small boats. I've said that many times. We don't need all these warships and stealth fighters to blow up little boats or drug boats, no matter their size. You need this if you're going to launch a massive, massive operation. Maduro's government believes a U.S. attempt at regime change may be underway and has responded by ordering a call-up of militias and ordering drills to defend the homeland. But the response has been patchy. Well, no kidding, it's been patchy. This set of internal and external forces have created the conditions for Maduro and his regime to increasingly understand their time is up and that their best option is to leave power now, Machado said. So I'm going to pull this off the screen now. We've got Maduro reaching out through third parties, asking what needs to be done for him to keep his job and likely his life. And we've got the opposition leader who's been rushed into hiding somewhere, who is in an undisclosed location, which is smart. You don't want her on the streets of Caracas, where she'll be immediately disappeared by Maduro's forces. You need her safe and protected. Wherever that is, wherever she needs to go, that's what they need to do. And it sounds like that's what they are doing. You can look at this and realize very quickly all the key players on the ground expect a major escalation to unfold. And again, if you threaten the United States of America, we will find you and we will kill you. It is that simple. It's not really difficult to understand at all. We have the world's greatest military. We have the ability to surgically punch holes in people in a fashion no military on the earth can. Our intel assets are unrivaled, whether it's the CIA, the NSA, TFO, or as some call it, the Army of Northern Virginia, ISA, Intelligence Support Activity. We have intel capabilities. We know where Maduro is at all times. He cannot hide from us. I'm sure he thinks he can in his bunker, but he cannot. And if we want to come for him, that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to drop a bomb square on wherever he is. Then you need the opposition leader alive and safe to get a seamless transition to a regime that is not batshit crazy. That's the way it goes. That's the way it works. And the fact she's in hiding, don't be surprised if they've got private military contractors down there protecting her, or whoever is down there protecting her could be trained by the U.S. But you can look at this. We got to get rid of him. She's got to be ready to roll. So we need her alive, and Maduro sweating bullets, no pun intended, because he thinks some might be headed his way soon, clinging to power. So I'm fascinated to see where this goes next. Fascinated to see how this plays out. But man, oh man, this is escalating and developing quickly. And it is going to be wild to see where we go from here. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this entire situation? Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, cost you nothing at all. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, and X, DHookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. DMs are open. Reach out for anything you need. I'll see you all next time.